Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sean, sometimes known as the Beast, and this is just going to be a quick update of a few things that's coming this week and some stuff that I've been listening to. A couple of slightly different ones to my normal little listening fodder, so hopefully there'll be something that you find entertaining and maybe even tempted to buy yourself. So, first up, and completely out of my normal wheelhouse, is this little beauty from Satanic Warm. Now, it's called rbizar, I think that's how you say it, that word there. It's related to some type of vampire, werewolf creature type in folklore. The artwork was actually what drew me in, and I'm not sure, but I think it was maybe Matt over Altars of Madness that I maybe saw it on one of his social media posts or something like that. This is the fourth full length, came out 2019 on Werewolf Records. This is black metal from Finland, and it's a one-man project. He actually goes by the name Werewolf, but his actual name is Lori Pentilla. Probably butchered that, but you know. There's the gentleman in question there, looking all hard as nails with his face painted. This, for me, I've listened to this quite a few times since I got it, and I've actually listened to it quite a lot through headphones, and I've sort of found my niche in the black metal. Like, it's pretty raw, to be fair. The production's not quite as savage as some of the first wave of Norwegian black metal, etc. But it's the drums are at the forefront in this, or they seem to be for me, which it gave me something to focus on. Now the vocals are quite harsh, but not too bad. You know, they're palatable. You can understand what he's saying. The synthesizers that come in add a layer of atmosphere, which makes it quite eerie in parts and creepy. There is actually quite a lot of really heavy riffs in this. The album itself is only on black wax, I do believe. Yeah, black wax. You don't get an inlay card, obviously, with it being a gatefold, but you do get quite a large poster of Mr. Satanic Warm, the man in the myth, the legend, apparently. And on the back, there's him and his mates getting ready to go to a kindergarten party or something such like. But yeah, as far as the more extreme end of black metal, I really enjoyed this a lot more than I thought I would. And like I say, it's been played quite a lot. I've been looking, maybe thinking about getting some of his other stuff, but a lot of his original presses, the prices that they go for are just ridiculous. Probably too much at the moment for me to contemplate buying, because I'm still sort of dipping the talons in the forest, as it was. But yeah, a really good album. If you're a little bit like me, you're not quite sure whereabouts you sit in the black metal wheelhouse, then this might be a good one for you to broaden your horizons, maybe look a little bit deeper into the forest. I mean, the artwork itself's superb. But yeah, so that's Satanic Warm and rbizar, or some such foreign word. I struggle to speak English 90% of the time, so foreign languages are me. Nah. Next up, I can say this one. This is Deadhead and their latest release, Shadow Soul 2024. It's classed as an EP on Metal Encyclopedia for some reason, but it's 1, 2, 3, it's 8 tracks. There's a couple of instrumentals, so I consider this as their 8th full length. I do own all their full lengths apart from one, which is only available on CD, and being collector's scum, I want it on vinyl. These gentlemen are Dutch, and they play a mix of thrash, death metal. I would say it's predominantly thrash with maybe death and vocals in parts. The opening track, Litany of the Week, it's one of those instant, can't keep your head still, the face comes on and you're just like, yeah, this is going to be a good ride. And all the way through, it's just a solid release. So I don't hear many people talk about these, to be fair. The very last track is an acoustic instrumental, and it's Dark Emptiness, it's called. It's a really good song, and it's a bit of a strange way to end a thrash and death metal album, but it works. It's sort of, I mean, they've been around since '89, I believe, so they're entitled to do what they want, to be honest. We get inlay sheet with the gents on that side and the wordy lyric things on that side. Was this just black wax? Yeah, that's the colour record should be. Nice black wax. Yeah, it's a solid, no nonsense thrash and death metal album. It's mid-tempo to fast rather than, I mean, obviously there's the instrumental I mentioned at the end, but it's yeah, it'll definitely end up in my end of year list. Again, being a fan of Deadhead anyway, so yeah, give it a check. It's out on Hammerheart Records. I don't know if I said that, but yeah, that's what it's out on. So yeah, so that's Deadhead and Shadow Soul. Right, next up is just a pure, unadulterated, solid death metal album. This is Skeletal Remains and Fragment of the Ageless. Came out this year. It's their 5th full length on Century Media, and it does what it says on the tin. It's not breaking any new ground. It's not trying to be clever. It's not trying to rewrite the whole genre. It's basically just a really solid, artwork superb, a really solid death metal release. These gentlemen are from America, and it's got what you need in a death metal album. It's got riffs, it's got solid, strong vocals. The rhythm section are quite tight and pummeling, and it's just a really, really good release. I'd be surprised if it makes many people's end of the year list, because there's going to be a lot of death metal that comes out that's better than this, more adventurous than this. But again, it's Skeletal Remains doing what they do. They've released a solid death metal album, no bells and whistles and buzzers or anything like that. Inlay sheet has a gentleman on that side with a load of thanks. The lyrical content on that side, and this is a sort of purpley, almost translucent, doesn't really show up on the camera, but I think you very nearly ended up on the floor as well. But yeah, it's just a really good, solid death metal album. Like I say, they're not trying to rewrite history, they're not trying to change the genre. I do like that in a picture though, it's quite clever. So yeah, Skeletal Remains and Fragment of the Ageless from this year. Next up, and slightly changing genre, because you know that's what we do. This is Columbarium, and the album is called The Morbidius One. This is doom metal from Belgium. This is their debut full length on Argonauta Records. again looking down here so I can see the notes. This came out in 2023. This is a solid doom record with the vocals bordering on death doom. I mean, they're really good. It's a superb release. 54 minutes I think it is altogether. But it's an album well worth listening to. It's got a really crunchy production, and that enhances just how heavy the instrumentation sounds. I say that the almost death vocals. There's a couple of girls that do some clean singing on it, which adds to it as well. Not on every track, just on a couple of the tracks. But it's the kind of record that it might take you a couple of spins to get into, unless you are a massive doomy death fan. It's certainly not offensive in any way. The inlay sheet has the gentleman on that side and the lyrics on that side. Now I think, yeah, this is a coloured one. It's like a solid green, spewy green colour. Sort of matches with the cover. But yeah, it was to be honest, I bought it purely based on the artwork, and I'm glad I did, because it's really good, solid doom metal with sort of deafened vocals. Really pleased I picked it up, and well worth a listen. So we seem to be rattling through these quite quickly today, which isn't a bad thing, I suppose. Next up is my favourite doom metal band by a country mile. I keep, oh, I like Pilgrim, I like this, but for me, rbizar. These are the kiddies. This is the Crush the Insects reissue on Satanic Records that only recently came out. It was released originally in 2005 on, I think I wrote it down, Spike Farm Records. This is finished doom metal, and this is 10 out of 10 album for me. It's my favourite rbizar album, with the collage inside. The back of it is very much a case of not very much, but this is from start to finish. This is just riff heavy, crunching sounds all the way through it, slow, melodic, bit of groove that carries you away into the ether. The inlay on this is actually quite a good little booklet. Obviously it's got Crush the Insects there, and then some letters and words and such like. A picture of the gentleman looking all mean and moody and a bit cold, to be fair. What else we got? Now they've been sensible, they've gone outside, so they put the coats on, which is always good to see. And then in the back there is a lot of thanks and such like. It's just on black wax, so I won't bother showing you this. But yeah, this was the first rbizar album I ever heard, and it was the one I played constantly from when I picked it up. I've got all their discography in a cassette box set that came from Satanic Records. But when I saw that they were releasing this on vinyl, it was just one of those albums. Yeah, you need to be buying that, Sean, because it gets played to death, and it's just a superb release. So if you haven't heard any rbizar and you like doom metal, this might not be a bad place to jump in, because I mean, it's only, actually I think it's the second full length, yeah, the second full length I wrote down. I don't think you've got that many full lengths. I know they've got quite a few splits and EPs and 12 inches and such like that, but yeah, for me this is just, it's over an hour long, about an hour and 13 minutes, I think, which is a long time, but when you're listening to it, it doesn't feel like an hour and 13 minutes. You know, some albums can like drag the knuckles and you think, no, I've had enough of this now. Not this one. This is superb release as far as I'm concerned. So that is Reverend Bizarre with Crush the Insects. This year's re-release by Svart Records, who seem to be releasing quite a lot of their stuff. In the background, slightly different again, it's another one of the mighty Chris Reifert and his incredible discography. This is Abscess and Dawn of Inhumanity. It's easy for me to say. This is the CD version with the quite an interesting little booklet and lots of bits and bobs and pages in it. This is more of a raw, thrashy punk type of release than you would expect if you've only heard him in Autopsy. Superb release. I mean, it's Chris Reifert, everything he does as far as I'm concerned is superb. So yeah, if you've never heard this, that's what's spinning in the background, if you can hear it or not. Don't make it too loud, because then you wouldn't hear me waffling on. So, that's it for this one. I will be drawing the 200 subscribers giveaway tomorrow, which is April the 2nd. Not sure what time it'll be going up, but keep an eye and you'll see me ugly mug on there again. There's been 26 entries so far. Not sure if there'll be any more going up this evening. If so, good luck to everybody. The sub count is currently over 300, which is absolutely phenomenal. Thank you so much. It's so very much appreciated. There's been a lot of what's the word, negativity flying around the VC recently, with people losing subs and people complaining about the channels not taking off. I do this purely because I love the music. I like to share the music that I'm currently listening to, and most importantly for me, I like discovering the music that you lot show. So for every single person who I've watched and who I now own a record or a CD or a cassette from one of your recommendations, thank you very much. If you stuck with me till the end of this waffling on and you like what you see, please consider giving me a thumbs up. Pop down in the comments, let me know if you've heard any of these, or what's the next underground satanic devil worshipping progressive murder death kill rock metal band I should be listening to. I don't even know why I started saying that, because it sounded terrible. Again, thanks to all the subscribers. Keep an eye out tomorrow for another video that's going up regarding the 200 subscribers competition. And yeah, I think that'll do us for this one. So till next time, cheers.